Cloudcast Media. Drew Schlossberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlossberg of Cloudcast Media. Listening to another edition of Drew Schlossberg Spotlight on the Community Show. So pleased to have a return appearance by this very cool organization, Guitars and Ukes, in the classroom. Joining us is the founder and executive director of Guitars and Ukes in the classroom, the inimitable Jess Baron. How you doing, Jess?
I'm so happy to be here, Drew. Thank you.
Absolutely. You got some of your great colleagues with you. You got Annie Lee. She's the manager of training and development for MAAC. Is it not called the MAAC project anymore? Is it just called MAAC?
You know, it is called like both ways,
right.
MAAC and MAAC project.
Right. How long have you been there?
I've been there almost 7 years.
7 years, very, very good. And also joining us is Jeannine Venegas, an early childhood educator for the Southwestern College Child Development Center. We just had on one of your vice presidents on the show talking about, Omar was on, talking about some cool stuff. Do you work with Omar?
No, I have never met Omar personally.
Well, now you will, right?
Okay.
How long have you been with Southwestern?
I've only been with Southwestern College for a year and a half, but I've been in early childhood for over 20 years.
Where were you before?
I was mostly in church preschools. So I worked at a Eastlake Church Community School, and then in Texas at a Methodist school for 9 years as well. So yeah.
Very, very good. Joined by my guest co-host, Jason Nitz. He's the Dean of School Culture for Cristo Rey San Diego High School. He's done such a fine job. I don't think we're going to let him leave the studio. And so we have to talk to your principal, John, about this. Absolutely. And add it to your job duties. I know that he has a question for you, Jess.
Yeah, so Jess, I'm curious, what is the mission of your organization?
So the mission statement evolves, and I'm not going to give it to you, Rod. I'm just going to explain it to you. That music is a birthright, and every human being should be able to make music. And because of judgment or lack of opportunity or whatever, a lot of people don't get that. So our mission is to expand the role of music in education beyond music for the sake of music in fine arts instruction into the general classroom and the special ed classroom as a form of teaching academics and social emotional learning through the power of song. And that reaches down to early intervention, preschool and child development centers, and all the way up through high schools where we do after-school strummers clubs around San Diego for the teens. So I hope that paints a picture for you.
Now, do you play any instrument at all, Jason?
It's actually really disappointing. So my grandfather was a musician, a country musician. And so he played a lot of instruments. I wanted to play guitar, and I'm left-handed. So I got a left-handed guitar, and I tried really hard. And for whatever reason, I just couldn't really pick it up. And my younger brother flipped it on its side and just started rocking out.
It is not too late for you, my lefty friend.
I know. No, I really like what you said about, destigmatizing music maybe, or it's for everybody. It's like a human right. Like we should all enjoy this.
Yeah,
right?
You get to do that. And anybody serving in any capacity in education, and I mean any capacity in education, any role can train with us for free. So come on.
Wow, cool. Very cool.
Well, listen, now do you have a music program at Cristo Rey?
I'm actually really excited to talk about this. So we got some guitars donated last year. And now we have, his name is Garrett Rice. He's awesome. He has a band. They're called Some Sons. And he's also our English teacher. And they currently have like 3 bands that have cropped out of this. So they have kind of like a banda band. They have like a little jazz band, and they have another band that they're working on. So it's been really fun. We have our open house on Saturday, and they'll have one of their first shows. So they'll come and they'll play like 6 or 7 songs for all the new students and parents and whatnot. So we do have a music club. It is thriving, and it's really fun to see see the kids get empowered in it.
Congratulations. That's such a good step.
Yeah, as anybody who's heard me talk for the last 20 years, which I wouldn't listen to me for God's sake, but music, you can teach every single subject under the sun with music, and you guys know this. I'm preaching to the congregation, you too, Jason. So whether it's math, it's science, it's language arts, it's history, it's physics, it's everything.
Yep.
And to say the least. And as Jess has heard me say this all the time, and my associate producer gets sick and tired of me saying it because I will say it every single time. The last thing you should be cutting out of the curriculum is visual performing arts. It is the very first thing you should be keeping in this area. Annie, let me ask you this. So when you got first involved with guitars in the classroom, have you heard about it from Jess, or how'd you find out about it?
Yes, so I received a monthly newsletters from SDCOE, the San Diego County Office of Education, with lineup of fantastic professional developments and workshops for the early childhood education educators.
Right.
And one of them was Jess's workshop. So I shared that with our 350 of our early childhood program staff,
Wow.
inviting them to, to see if they have find time to attend. And I ended up attending it because I wanted to, I myself as an educator and an individual, wish to have some talents or, some magics I could do with music, but I haven't really had chance to explore that. So I wanted to do that. So I went and attended a workshop, and I fell in love with the workshop that first workshop out of the 2 sessions, and I ended up being more connected with Jess and talking more about inviting her to our actually a company annual staff development day. So she'll be offering exclusivity to our MAAC early education staff, but also future plans to sponsor and host more workshops in the North County of San Diego, so that we could spread this wonderful opportunity.
What'd you learn? What instrument?
From her class?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I started learn how to tune a little bit.
No, was it the uke or the guitar or both?
Uke.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yes.
Well, why not the guitar?
Well, that was the
class was
offer. Yes.
Gotcha. Was it hard to do that?
Well, I started talking to her a little bit in the lobby. I had a little bit of a, musical education from my childhood. I didn't have any formal training, or I wanted to, my parents could not afford to send me to it like a private lessons. But I had some, musical background. So I started, kind of like strumming and playing with the chord and looking at the books that her program had provided. So that's what I have, gained from.
Well, I'm going to ask the same question to Jeannine in this as well. So Jeannine Venegas, early childhood educator, Southwestern College. Did you take this course as well?
Yes, I've taken it 3 different times with 3 wonderful instructors. All 3 have been amazing.
Same instrument?
Yes, always the uke. It's always been my dream to play the uke.
Okay.
I don't know why. And then I went to Hawaii and I thought, I'm really going to learn to play this thing. And then my previous boss come up to me and gave me a paper. She gives me this paper and says, there's a free program where you can learn to play the uke, right? Wow. And I was like, huh? So that's how I began. And honestly, I played the guitar and I played the piano, and I did not have her experience. I do not recall any of it.
That's so funny. How do the kids react?
They love it. And I don't even sound good. Like some of the times I don't even get a chance to tune it. I just kind of grab it and here we go. And they love it. As soon as I start, we do it during our morning gather time mostly. And this is our community time. But, they're 3 and 4 years old. Right. So, our community time is very active. It's hard to gather everybody at the same time. But as soon as they hear the strum, everybody perks up and we begin to sing our good morning song. We sing it in English and in Spanish. And then we say everybody's name. Hello, so-and-so, we're glad you're here, as we sing. And I was telling Jess, it's like a unifying factor, like I look in your eyes and I see you, and I'm so happy you're here when I'm singing this to you, and everybody's doing it. The children just light up. You can see it in their face. And so to me, it gives me goosebumps because it's, I had a challenging childhood myself, but the one thing we always had was music. We always had music. My mother sang in the car with us. And I was telling Jess, I have a sister who's a Mexican musician. And so we always laugh because that's all we did. We sang. There was drama all the time, but we sang, and that's what kept us calm.
You know, in music, when we come back from break, we're going to talk more about this. And Jason, you can add to it, but you folks do it in Cristo Rey. But music is an equalizer. It doesn't make a difference what background you come from, or if you're Bill Gates or you're Ed Gates, whoever Ed Gates is. You know, we're probably going to get a call from probably going to get a call from him. But you know, in this area, and so when we come back from break, I want to talk more about that, the absolute critical nature of making sure there is music in the classroom. It's a great program. And Jess, you've been doing, obviously, evidenced by the comments from Annie and Jeannine in this area. And then really talk about, Jess, we'll start with you on this, and then Jeannine, you and Annie can add to it, is that how does this transform that kid? How does this transform the kid that's never held an instrument in his or her hand? And then maybe we'll pivot over to Jason and see if there's some applications for this at San Diego, Cristo Rey San Diego High School. I'm Drew Schlossberg. You listen to another edition of Drew Schlossberg's Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest-running community podcast in our 20th year. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. 60 years of doing great things for people in San Diego County, whether it's food insecurity, whether it's visual performing arts, financial literacy, just great partners. And we will be right back with our friends from Guitars and Ukes in the classroom after this short message.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlossberg of Cloudcast Media. We're chatting with our friends from Guitars and Ukes in the classroom, also folks with the MAAC project and Southwestern College. We've got Jess Baron. She's the founder and executive director of Guitars and Ukes in the classroom. Annie Lee, manager of training and development for MAAC. And Jeannine Venegas, early childhood educator for Southwestern College. Joined by my guest co-host, Jason Netze. He is the Dean of School Culture for Cristo Rey San Diego High School. Jason, you got a question for Jess or whoever else wants to answer it?
Yeah, I do. So one thing I'm noticing is that you guys have been utilizing public libraries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Sure. So I serve on the board of directors for the San Diego Council on Literacy, which is a phenomenal organization run by Jose Cruz. And there are all sorts of great people participating to increase understanding and services in literacy from the beginning of life all the way through, working with different populations. So what we are doing at the library comes out of our work with the council, because we realize now that parents play such a critical role in early literacy. So creating a program through the public libraries that's free for parents to come with their young children at a time where the children, it's good for them to have a focused activity, is what we aimed to create in partnership with the San Diego Public Library. So we've had 2 series. One is still going on Saturday mornings with one of our teaching artists, Reagan Duncan, where they're introducing phonics. So it's the letter sounds because when children are very young, pre-reading, they need those sounds. And music is such a powerful way, like Drew is saying, it's such a powerful way to teach anything. So it's not just that we're singing with them, we're teaching the parents to use the songs and connect it with the visual image at home so that they're supporting language and literacy development before kids even get to pre-K, UTK, that they're acquiring what they need to do.
Now, do the kids, when they come in, 3 or 4 year olds or whatever the age is, and they go ahead and are learning this stuff, are they given ukes? Are they given guitars to get to take it home?
It really depends on the program. At the library, what we've done is given them a set, and they would like to turn that into a lending library for the families, but this is also tied to the introduction of decodable books, which is a whole other conversation. And so getting things on the shelves and lendable is a process, and it takes a little time. So we lay the instruments out, and the kids and the parents can use them during that time. And with a little more push and a little more time, they'll be loanable. But in the programs themselves, we try to help the programs get ukuleles. And if we have them to give, we do that. But if not, they get to work directly with our manufacturer sponsors to get them at cost.
So is the overwhelming majority of folks that you work with, you can answer this, Jeannine, too, and I know you're in early childhood and all that business, but is there secondary folks that are involved? The MAAC project, is it secondary, or are they also young, too?
No, yeah, we're our early child education program serves children from 0 to 5.
So Head Start, yeah,
yes,
right, yeah, okay. So then we're leaving Jason out of the mix. Is that the idea here?
No, not at all. No, we teach all the way up through high school, but our focus today is early childhood education. But we have after-school programs and school day guitar programs. During the day, we're at Monarch School and at Merritt Academy in El Cajon. After school, we're at Hoover High School, Lincoln High School, Madison High School, Morse High School, starting back up at San Diego High School, and we're open to doing more in the community with other high schools that want to do supportive club environment, really human development, informed instruction of guitar, and the kids love it. And they all get to earn a guitar that they get to keep. As long as they keep showing up and learning with us, we reward them with their own instrument.
I think Jason's going to jump out of his seat over here. What comments do you have on that?
Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. This is a bit of a pivot, but I recently just read a book. It's called 10 to 25, and it's about motivating young people. And one really interesting aspect of this book was it talked about we are like not having students earn physical things anymore because so many things have kind of gone online, or maybe consumerism, who knows, right? I don't know. But that's such a cool concept, like having students engage with something and earn it and really have like a physical ownership of their experience.
It's so important. Most of the kids we work with come from economic difficulty, and there's no way that their families could afford private instruction or an instrument. So earning the privilege of giving the kids their guitars has been a long-time goal of mine, and we work with a number of organizations, including the Guitar Center Music Foundation, a great organization to check out. They help us, and we also have a special fund from a foundation that dissolved in Maryland, where they gave us their leftover money in memory of their son, who was a guitar player and died young. And so we have a way to help these kids get the instruments. But interestingly, Mr. Lefty, we just got a donation of 11 beautiful electrics that are all left-handed from a rock musician named Clayton Lissy. And his band is called Reverse Pathogen. Wow. And he tasked us not with selling these because of his celebrity identity, but giving them to deserving young people.
Wow. Okay, that's incredible.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Jeannine, let me ask you this. The connection, of course, between the music and community college, but talk about how daycare ties into this. Obviously, you have affordable daycare at the Southwestern College in that program of yours.
Yes, our program is caters to community, to staff, and to students of the college. So anybody can come. There's special programs for students, of course, but we have a wide variety of families that come to our program. And I think that music with the children, I was telling Jess that we have a little band. Oh, well, I'm going to backtrack for just a second and go back to the whole Guitars in the Classroom provides instruments. When I was going to start my first class, I was emailing with someone, I honestly don't recall who, in regard to the class. And I said, I really want to go, but I still haven't been able to purchase my ukulele. That night, because I emailed sometime that morning, that evening, it was at my doorstep.
Wow.
So there's like nothing that there's no excuse.
Right. No, that's right. Exactly.
There was no reason I couldn't attend. And it was wonderful. I really was quite moved by that, by the way. But in regard to our families, I was telling Jess that we have a little band with the children. I put out a little piano. It's a little thing, some different things. We have the uke that I have from Guitars in the Classroom and a teeny wooden one that somebody gave me. And they just rock out. They make their own thing. And it's interesting because without any interference from us, I mean, we're monitoring, of course, but one of the children leads, you're going to play that and you're going to do that. And now you're going to dance and it's amazing because they get to experience leadership. They get to experience entrepreneurship. They're doing their own thing. They're expressing themselves because we as a Reggio inspired program, we believe that children have 100 different languages. And one of them would be music and dance or singing or playing. Like all those things are different expressions for everybody. So when I watch them do that, like really, I mean, I'm just saying it, and it's just it's one of those experiences that is undescribable. And I can't really paint a picture colorful enough for the parents to say, yes, your child doesn't have a worksheet today,
right?
But they get to experience this. I mean, it's...
Well, when the kid comes home buzzing and hyper in a positive way about these things, how does that not resonate with the parents? Annie, talk about some of the programs you work offer credit to the participants, correct?
Yeah. So I had there is a California Workforce Registry, which is a California and the Department of Education sponsor program, where is a central data hub for all the early child education professionals. And MAAC has become a training sponsor agency. So when I attended one of the Jess's workshop, a lot of participants were asking if they could get some professional credits. And I had a way to offer it. So I worked with Jess to offer those opportunities so that more people can be aware, and that not only that they're getting benefit from bringing and learning about music, but it enhances their professional development.
Well, all three of these stories are great to hear. And when you've introduced to someone that has never played before, okay, and now they have a network of folks like you do, Annie, and you, Jeannine, now you're introducing it. It just multiplies. Of course, that's the whole idea of all of this, aspect of it. And I'm really curious, how Jason's going to try to wrap this around with his new music program. You got any ideas?
On how we could partner? Or?
Yeah, exactly.
When's your next recital?
I have an idea if you don't.
Oh, that's great. I would love to hear your idea. The first thing I want to say is thank you for working with Monarch. I love that organization. I know a lot of people over there. Our school is close to there. I have a lot of respect for the things that they do over there. So just because of my experience with that community, I know how powerful it is for them particularly. Yeah, tell me what you're thinking.
So we're working in workforce development now with the teens, and we're introducing them to career pathways related to the guitar. And there are so many ways that kids can find meaningful employment if they love guitar, if they learn to tune a guitar, change strings, do basic maintenance, which is we're starting that in collaboration with a fellow that was the #1 employee at Taylor Guitars. He retired recently, Tim Laurent. So Tim is helping us out to start to train these kids in basic skills, I would call it pre-luthery, like pre-reading. But then they're going to get a tour of the Taylor Guitars factory and meet with someone from HR who can teach them how to apply for ground level positions, like what the company would be looking for. And this is just toes in the water because our board of directors includes people who are very connected in the music industry. So one of our board members, Larry Mitchell, is a Grammy winner and phenomenal composer, guitar player. So he has already started to connect us with guitar techs out on the road with big bands. Rand Rogenlind, who runs Music Nomad Instrument Care, has a whole workforce development sort of brainstorm going on. So we'll be tying in the industry for the teens. So
hey, Jess, don't forget, our MAAC has our economic mobility department and has worked with the workforce as well. So we have apprenticeship programs that expands from all the industry, including early childhood. So I'll be excited to connect you with our department too.
Let's do that. So what I want to say is internships. Those kids coming out of the band program, if they want real life experience assisting our guitar teachers in the different schools, they can come our way and we will load them up.
Yeah, well, that's in their wheelhouse, in that area of it. Well, listen, they could have talked about 16 more hours and not even covered 1/90th of what you folks do in this area. So I'm just going to go around the room and just if you can give the website so if people want to get engaged with you. Jeannine, how do people get a hold of you?
We are Southwestern Community College Child Development Center. So it's our email address is cdc@swccd.edu. They can contact Ms. Irma Gomez. She's our program administrator.
Great. Annie, how about you?
Yes, our website address is maacproject.org.
Very good. All right, Jess. What's
Guitars
yours?
in the Classroom, just the way it sounds, guitarsintheclassroom.org. And just shoot us an email, visit us online, and we would love to connect. And we are raising money this season to support the early childhood efforts and get the ukulele sets out into the daycares and preschools. Our trainings are open to home daycare providers. Everybody in any role in ECE can train with us, but everybody needs instruments for the children. So please help us out this season and visit the website.
That's terrific. And, one of my jobs is to create more work for people. And Jason's probably never going to come back on the show again because now he's tying into some things at the Transitional Living Center in East County, correct?
No, this is amazing. I mean, look at all these amazing things these people do. Thanks for giving them a voice.
Well, give them a voice and then working with the great students that you have at Cristo Rey. So Jess and Annie and Jeannine, thanks so much for chatting about this so critical issue. We literally have to talk about this 365 days of the year, 24/7, and just never have this not even become close on the top of the list of folks. Jess, I know you're raring to say something.
I just want to thank you for keeping music in mind. I know it's deep for you. Your connection to music is profound, and you understand this work, and it means a lot to me.
Well, listen, if I can do anything about just to elevate how important this is for everybody's psyche, for their physical being, for their mental being, and everything in between, I'm happy to do it. I'm Drew Schlossberg, and you've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlossberg Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest-running community podcast. Thank you, Guitars and Ukes in the Classroom folks, and Jason Nitz, another fine job as a guest co-host, and we got some more for you to do if you're willing.
I'm more than willing. This is a lot of fun.
Very good. And for our audience, we hope you enjoyed the interview.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlossberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.